I, like most Americans, have been very disappointed and, frankly, fairly appalled at some of the reports of what's transpired at Arlington National Cemetery over some period of time. The most stunning part of the Inspector General's report to me was that there is not an appropriate information monitoring system in place to make sure that we track the remains and that we know where all of these veterans are interned. And we've seen some of the failure to have that system in place. And it wasn't because there wasn't efforts made. What's astonishing to me is that we've spent more than $5 million of taxpayer money to try to put in place, basic information technology systems, and we've got nothing to show for that. Matter of fact, the Inspector General's report showed, and then he further confirmed today, that not only does the Arlington National Cemetery not have an active IT personnel, but they're still working off of a paper-based, almost 3x5 card system, so that we are one fire or one flood or maybe even simply one spilled Starbucks coffee away from some of those records potentially being lost or spoiled. And we are in current jeopardy of the system being amok. And when we've already seen, and I think we need to bear in mind, we've seen, I believe, over 211 misinternments or misidentifications, and we've only had an examination of 3 of the 75 sectors at the cemetery. Means that there's at least a high probability that there will be other misidentifications as we sort this issue out. So what I was interested in, as a former high-tech guy, as somebody who's interested in accountability and management systems, what are we going to do to get this problem resolved immediately? And what I offer today, after consultation with friends in the Northern Virginia technology community, is that perhaps on a pro bono basis, we could offer some help and assistance from the tech community. This is a data management problem of about 300,000 entries, to see if we could at least provide a short-term patch until there's a permanent system put in place, so that we don't run the risk in the interim of having these records either destroyed or, as we go about corrective action, not having this corrective action done on some more advanced system other than simply 3x5 cards. I'm happy to say that in a conversation after meeting with the Inspector General, with the Secretary of the Army, that he welcomed this offer. So there are legal issues that have to be worked through, but I've got the commitment from the Secretary, I've got the commitment from NVTC and my office to see if we can work through this issue, so that at least that issue of the record keeping can be rectified in a very short-term basis, and those veterans and their families and loved ones who have folks interned at the cemetery will know that if there are further corrective actions that have to be taken, that we've got a record system that's safe and secure and sound, and that we can restore Arlington to its appropriate hallowed ground status for all Americans.